attacks that took place. So we'll be able to say no. From January to December, for example, we had incident of kidnapping, 20 incidents, for example. We have armed robbery attacks, say 10. We have assassination, say 5. Right? And then you compare, as of 2024, what we had about kidnapping was 3, for example. Now you can now say, oh, in terms of kidnapping, the number increased in 2025 as against 2024. That's why you talk about statistics.
Indeed.
So it's not a question of if something happened yesterday, then because of that incident, you just, oh, that's a spike. Meanwhile, in the past 4 or 5 months, you've not heard of anything. That's the point I'm trying to.
All right. Honorable Minister, because we understand there's a little change to your schedule. You have an emergency meeting that you want to be attending in another 30 minutes, so maybe we'll be ending much earlier than scheduled. So we have just about 30 minutes. So as we allow you to leave, we still have about 30 minutes. We still have about.
No, this is after 11.
Okay, and that means that meeting can wait.
No, it's an executive council meeting by 12.
Okay. All right, so let's continue. Before we get to politics, we should be discussing politics. But just before we get to politics, just one more question on Abuja issues. I'm asking this question because I understand that you have been there. I had the misfortune of being on that road on a rainy day. It's a road in Kubwa called Arab Road.
Kubwa?
Yes, Arab Road in Kubwa. And I understand you've been there and you expressed displeasure about how those who were doing quarry work or that spoiled that very massive road and all of that. What is the plan going forward to address the problem of that road? Because it's a very major road.
Why? No, I don't agree with you. Every road is major. It's not because there's a quarry therefore it becomes a major.
Yeah,
every road has been used by citizens to be attended to. I don't like situation where because you have an interest.
I don't have any interest.
I don't. Everybody they have a friend interest. And then you make that road to be so special. No. Anyway, we have discussed with that with the company called SC Transit. So we have discussed with him and we told them that look, you are operating here. And so you are also to make some contribution. And what I did, it's a road that in the next few weeks we awarded. I will be happy now. So you tell your friend that road is awarded.
It's not my friend. I said I had a misfortune of being on that road. You should have asked me what I was doing there. So, what I finished. Politics, guys.
As a PDP man, you were quoted in one of your most recent outings as saying that there will be a political tsunami soon. It is Tinubu all the way. I believe Nigerians deserve to know what that statement meant.
No, I didn't say that it's Tinubu all the way. That
a political tsunami. This where your words meant from.
Why you it's not that happening. Let me see people leaving their parties and that's that.
But I believe Nigerians will really want to know in depth if this tsunami is in favor of the APC and of course the Tinubu-led administration, like you have always asserted that you will support come 2027.
I don't know about whether the political tsunami will favor of the APC. All I don't know about the political tsunami. So
but you lamented there that you are not happy about what is happening to your party. The gains of the APC is the loss of your party.
I've always said from day one. So the issue is not about lamented. From day one, I've said that with what is going on and it continues to go on, that PDP will continue to lose. I have said this separately. And that if things are not done properly, we will regret it. And that's what happened today.
Let's just the governors of Enugu State and Bayelsa State were left the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressives Congress alongside 2 other senators. How did this news come about? As a PDP man,
I would never about to be. As I have not said that so many governors will leave. It's the first time you have had this session.
So
It's very embarrassing. Very, very embarrassing. The governor was the chairman of the convention committee. It is very embarrassing.
all right.
Diddy was, let me finish. Diddy was the chairman of the zoning committee. Even though I knew from beginning that they're all playing games. I knew it from beginning. I said it before. I said it. So there's nothing I said that I've not come to pass. Tell me one.
A lot of people say you're still bitter about losing out to the former vice president in that primary of the People's Democratic Party. Since that time that you vowed to pull the house.
All right.
That you are the main person dividing the party.
Well,
That you vowed to pull the house down.
which house?
The People's Democratic Party.
What
The
I
People's
want
Democratic Party.
what I want the right thing should be done.
How?
And what's the right answer?
Okay, thank you very much. Talk about the right thing. Remember, I told them that look, when the issue of secretary started, I said, what you are doing is wrong. Follow due process. They said you are governors, they will decide. I said, no, it's not done that way. You saw what happened at the end of the matter go to Supreme Court. Even when Supreme Court decided, it was still a problem. I said, this will kill the party. Allow it. They win the convention, it was almost there. No opposition party carries on impunity in this way. The opposition party is to put themselves together to take over power from the ruling party. But in this case, you appear not to be interested. All you're interested is, look, we are governors, anything we start to do, whether it will help you or not, is immaterial. It's immaterial. And I was a governor, and I told people. And when you say, oh, when you were a governor, why not do that? Okay. I shouldn't do not consider. If I did it yesterday and it favored me, it does not mean that if you do it today, it would favor you. Circumstances change, and therefore you must be very careful. What is happening to people is just self-inflicted for nothing.
All right. Your former colleague Kabiru Turaki has been endorsed by some Northwest leaders, including former acting chairman Ahmed Makafi, who was also a former governor, and all of that. But then, just last night, we had the Omar Baturi, National Organizing Secretary, and some other stakeholders too from the same Northwest coming to say that they're against that. And some feelers are saying that maybe you are linked to this Umar Bature level, and that the major thing here is that you don't want the National Convention to hold because of the Samuel Anyamu factor, who he claims that his signature was allegedly forged to send to INEC. What's your view on all of this?
Tell me, if it happens in the West, it is me. If it happens in the North, it is me. When you take the wrong step, you will achieve nothing. I have told you before, the problem we have because we are governors. And I've said it. You go and take a decision, and then you sideline certain people. What do you expect to have? You have a faction. Is that not embarrassing? I don't want to even talk about that. What is the National Convention? What are you National Convention for? Why are you not following due process in the National Convention? I have said it and I continue to say it. The moment you think that you can sideline certain people and nothing will happen, you cause a major crisis in the party.
What are you doing to rescue the
We
party?
were governors before. It has never happened. Let me just tell you this. power, there was nothing the government then did not do for PDP to scatter. There was nothing. In fact, Modi Sharif was being used to scatter PDP then. We stood firm and made sure the party was strong. You can see clearly. Now, there's not even any attempt by any government to try to put a party that you are the one on your own, destroying your party.
Do inclusive inside.
They claim the APC has.
Listen. I said we were governors. Who claim? Who is pursuing who? I had a major threat as a governor. That alone would have made me to say, okay, let me better go and join to save my head. It's not correct.
What was the threat? I just what I wanted to.
There was nobody, there was no governor that was fought the way the government fought at that time.
Yeah, but you just mentioned a major threat.
No, I said then. Yeah. The point I'm making now is that every day you say APC, every day say, why do I have to allow a one-party state? Are you telling me that, take for example, this is a ruling party and you are the opposition party? It is the duty of the ruling party to beg you to put your house in order so that we won't have a one-party state. Who does that?
Well, that's why they brought you to government. A one-man government of national unity. Yourself, and I'm sure you're doing a one-man government of national unity. The PDP didn't sanction officially your coming into this government of national unity.
It's not correct.
The APC.
It's consulted. Okay, take for example, as the national organizing secretary of a party from a zone, will not be a party to adopting somebody as a consensus candidate, as former governorship candidates from a zone. You hold such crucial meeting without letting them know, simply because they are not governors. So when you make a fundamental mistake by arrogating powers to yourself, of course you suffer the fate.
But let's look at the status quo as it is now. The last footprint of your party in the southeast just went through. Just now, there's no other footprint in terms of governorship, cadre in the entire southeast. Now we're talking about whether there will be a convention, there will be a convention, there are court cases and all that. As somebody who's played a major role in making this party stand, would you now be content to fold your hands and say, I told you so, as against perhaps being proactive to make sure that you fight these fires?
Why do we say folding my hands and being proactive? So all this while I've been saying anything, you don't consider it. Have I not said before now that the bubble trap you are setting will consume you? Have I not told you before now, the way these present governors are doing, they will bury this party? Have I not said before now that as opposition, we don't need to add with impunity? Look, I'm an FCT minister, for Christ's sake. Forget about whatever you think. Are you telling me, as it is today, because I'm not a governor, you go and hold PDP meeting, you call them stakeholders, and then you exclude me, and then you want to survive? No, okay, assuming I'm not a FCT minister, by the role I have played in PDP till now, simply because I'm not a governor. And then you exclude me, and then you want to survive? No, okay, assuming I'm not even the FCT minister. But the role I have played in PDP till now, calling this and that, is barbarous. Rubbish. Rubbish. Is it the APC that's making you to take the wrong decision? Is it the APC that's making you to take the wrong decision? What is there? You mean me, I will sit, and then 2-3 people say because they are governors, they are getting too much allocation. Then you go and decide, and then you tell me, follow. Follow who?
Honorable Minister. Isn't that the template that the PDP had always been using?
No,
It has always been the governors that were calling this.
That is why I say you make a mistake. And when you make this mistake, okay, take for example, okay, assuming it is correct. It favored me yesterday. Doesn't necessarily follow that if you do the same thing, it will favor you. You don't do that. Therefore, also say this. Also say this. When we are governors, why was it that no governor left? You see that we didn't have problems. We fought to be chairman of the party. It got to Supreme Court. You know that. Why is it that people didn't leave?
We were the party in power, so
No, it's not correct. We were not in power then. We were not in power. APC was in power. Under Buhari, yes. APC was in power. We were not in power. But the point remains, why is it that people didn't leave? You have to show leadership. You have to take responsibility. You have to show commitment. It's no commitment by coming out on the pages of newspapers and television houses.
And all of this.
It has never happened. It has never happened. Now look at it. Look at the crop of leadership we have within the governors forum. It's not abusing WIKE is the matter. No. You have abused WIKE severally. What is the result today? You have called a WIKE names. What is the result today? What is the result today?
Honorable Minister, they say all of this are being, targeted at making sure that the elective convention doesn't hold, and eventually PDP doesn't end up presenting a presidential candidate in the 2027 election.
Every day, yes. That's the one convention. What are you doing that they don't want the convention to hold? If you do the right thing, would anybody challenge the convention? If you do the right thing, look, you see, people think they are too smart. You have not done your congresses of those who will participate in that convention. All you are interested to say, let's go and do convention. You want to deny so many states of participating in the convention. I will say, look, you cannot do that. You say, in Anambra, there's no executive committee. In Ebonyi, there's not. Southeast, there is not.
So it is safe to conclude that you really do not want the convention to hold.
That's what you are concluding. What I'm saying is that do the right thing so we can come out with a good convention.
Minister, and if the convention doesn't hold, will you be happy that the former governing party in Nigeria doesn't have national officers and it doesn't have a presidential candidate in the 2027 election?
Oh, you are telling me if I will be happy if they don't hold.
That's what they are claiming.
What might be?
You will be happy.
Okay. Will I be happy if you go and do a wrong thing? Will I be happy? Will I be happy you deny people the opportunity to participate in the convention? Will you be happy I sit down, you go to Lagos or somewhere and say you have zone secretary or something to yourself? The only way I will be happy is do all the wrong thing. Then go and have what you may call convention. And then the result you have in mind, you produce it.
Minister,
that's the only way we'll be happy.
Minister, these waves of infections do not seem to be ending anytime soon. And there is one question that has been lingering over and over again. That might even seem like a taboo question, but I will ask it. Is NYESOM going to leave the PDP anytime soon?
If you don't have any other question to ask,
Minister, are you still in the PDP? Are you still part and parcel of? Because people have said that you are one leg in, one leg out.
You are the one who said my party PDP. Why are you changing again? You stated here first, your party PDP. Then you are not telling me, am I still in the PDP?
Okay,
you have answered the question.
Okay. Maybe we should ask pointedly. And Honorable Minister, please look at the cameras when you ask. When will you formally join the APC?
Have I ever had a meeting with you that I want to join the APC?
But your colleagues, your people, your proteges, almost everybody.
Mention one in Senate. Mention National Assembly. Mention the House of Assembly who have left in Rivers.
Well, there are plans to. They are
you see, you cannot answer, but look at those who have left.
But they are loyal to you.
I was thinking by now you would have told Diri that the assembly should vacate their seat.
But Diri is partyless now. He's not in
the it is still the same thing.
Okay, if we assume that you don't want to answer this particular question.
Which question?
When are you going to be there? But let's ask another one, and that is, if that convention for next month holds, would you attend?
If it holds, if a proper convention is to be held, why won't I go? But I won't go to a convention I know there are a lot of illegalities. How do you expect me to attend the convention that I know by law?
Why don't you want to work with Governor Seyi Makinde in bringing peace and making sure that convention comes into?
Is Seyi Makinde the problem?
He has been the one galvanizing support for the People's Democratic Party.
He has been the one galvanizing support.
Yes, at the forefront.
In which state has he galvanized support? That we are losing governors every day.
Honorable Minister, your former boss, Goodluck Jonathan,
just a moment,
set to
if I may.
I need to really ask this question. Okay. Your former boss, former President Goodluck Jonathan, is said to have an interest in contesting the 2027 election, and part of the plans is what has seen someone like Kabiru Tanimu Turaki, your former colleague in the Federal Executive Council, being brought in as PDP National Chairman ahead of these plans. What would a Jonathan ticket look like in the PDP?
You're the one telling me, yeah. Jonathan has never told me. He has never called me one day that look, I'm being pressured to run what they are thinking. If he calls me and asks me, I'll be able to tell in my mind what I feel. So I will not, because people put something on the pages of newspaper, just like you said, they flew me out of the country. Then I now assume it's correct. Two, I don't know about Tanimu Turaki becoming chairman. I don't know about that. Maybe he's becoming chairman for another faction. It's not PDP I do.
Honorable Minister, if I may deviate a bit from politics, in recent there's a case that's currently it's 1124.
Yes, I said we are.
Oh, we are. Oh well. Just quickly, a case currently ongoing. Mazen Namdi Kano's case in court. There was a protest on Monday, but he was set to open his defense yesterday, and we were listed as one of his witnesses.
Compellable witness.
Alongside a number of other notable Nigerians, so former Attorney General, some governors, former governors as well, and another minister, Odave Umahi, was listed as well. I do not know if you're aware of this and why it is that you have been listed as one of the witnesses in this case.
If you see Nnamdi Kanu, you ask him, why did he list you? I did not go to say I want to be a witness. You are to attend that. So if you see him, ask him, why did you list to WIKE as one of the witnesses?
Have you not seen it?
I'm coming. I don't list. See, you don't become a witness by reading newspaper. Nobody has served me any process. Nobody has subpoenaed me. So because I saw WIKE listed, therefore, I'm going to run helter. No, you don't do that. If I am served, if I'm subpoenaed to come and give witness or to give evidence, I must obey the court. I must appear. But not on pages of newspaper. Nobody does that.
Excellency,
And so as to why I should be listed, he who chooses me there, you should ask him the question. But if I am invited, if I'm supposed to come, go home and sleep, I will be there.
Just a moment though. Are you a little curious as to, I don't know whether
Why?
you've been listed? And then two, this question of the political solution to this matter. Is it something you've also considered as well? I know it's not within your purview.
When you talk about the curiosity, what's my business there? They know, they have the reason, they know why. So I will not begin to speculate. I don't. As for political solution, I don't want to comment on that.
all right. Honorable Minister,
I don't
just
know
before we
comment on
go, you are like the governor of the city. A whole lot of Abuja residents, your own residents, were unhappy with the way the city was disrupted on Monday when people couldn't go to work because of all of this. As someone who's in charge of the city, sir, what do you do to relate with security agencies and others to assure residents that their businesses, their houses will not be? How can you
I don't see what was disrupted. The security agencies have to provide security to make sure that nothing happened, nothing was disrupted. So when you say everywhere was disrupted, somebody was trying to threaten the security of the place. And security agencies said, no, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. And I assure the residents that go about your businesses, nothing will happen. Yes, within some time, yes, because of security, some people were not able to carry that. But that does not mean that the entire was no, it's not correct.
Honorable Minister, this should not take your time because we're leaving now. Did you try to influence the choice of an INEC national chairman?
To influence.
Or do you have your own candidates?
Because there were insinuations that you even reached out to some members of the Council of State not to attend the last Council of State because the person that had been nominated by the President was not the person you wanted.
Why do people always read Sahara reporters? So why is it that you sit down and you even if you don't have anything to do, why do you listen to some? Is there anything Sahara reporters have carried that have made that is correct? How can you of what is the basis? And look at the story.
Against traction because you were supposed to be at that Council of State meeting and you were not there. And it was speculated that you were angry with the President.
Angry with who?
With Mr. President. That was why you asked the Minister of State to go and
Anyway. Let me just, some people, no, that's just answer.
So that we can go.
No, you must go. The point I'm making, first of all, I told Mr. President I took permission because already there was engagement, so I told my Minister of State, you have to. It's not about person, it's office. If my Minister of State attended, I have attended. Because if I'm there, she will not be there. It's like in NYESOM meeting on Thursday yesterday. I was not there. I tried to go and present because I had to give a lecture at ECOWAS. I don't understand people. Now you said I influenced former heads of state. Is that a joke or what? And then sometimes, like I said, you don't need to bother yourself about some of this. But you were told that they have banned me from having the media. So it's totally rubbish. Totally rubbish. And let us not continue to give these people the opportunity to write whatever they want to. There are some stories you read, you don't even need to call the person, did this happen? Because you know it's complete rubbish.
Thank you so much, Honorable Minister, for allowing us to have this. We really appreciate that because we are also conscious of some other officialities. Desire?
Many thanks for this opportunity. Hopefully, of course, we'll come again to speak to you as the projects continue to move on.
Honorable Minister, thank you so much. I want to end by saying that the FCT administration needs a new policy for Abuja's regional schools.
You just have to bring that here. Your final words.
Honorable Minister, we continue to thank you for opening your doors to engagement with journalists. We also hope that you'll find ways to engage with the public, especially when they have grievances with some of the policies of the FCT.
Thank you, Honorable Minister.
It's always a pleasure, Your Excellency.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Minister. We look forward to the rest of the
And it is my advice too that you, the media, should try as much as you can to try to ascertain the truth. You owe the public the duty to say what is the truth and not for the emotion of people who carry placards on the television. Then you believe that, oh, they are suffering and this and that. All those things will be set up. So you owe that responsibility.
We are like a door. We reflect what is in and what is out. Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
All right, that's the end of this edition of Ministerial Chats. We'll see you next time. On behalf of all of us, my name is David.
Honorable Minister, thank you so much.
Let's wait for the
I have to send off so that
just wait for the